afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Strike, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here till 1 vs 1 on Bryansk Forest. Between in the east, we got most Gentlefoxes. Gentlefox. Fighting here for the Oberkommando West, Germany. Deutschland, das Vaterland. Here fighting for the 3rd Panther Grenadier Division versus in the west we got Vincent van Gogh, probably not that one, fighting here for the Soviet Union, socialism. Taking on the role here of the 7th Tank Corps. And we got him, he chose a spare corps for Gentlefox with infantry, orbital dart and light infantry gun versus shot rifle, mechanized support and Soviet combined arms army. With tank, infantry and anti-tank gun bulletins here for that fellow. We got John Pioneer saying Northfoot support here, but the Kuhlwagen Volkswagen following up there for Gentlefox. Vincent van Gogh going for support and Company into double Maxims. And certainly heavy Maxim play is one of the Oberkommando West's current biggest weaknesses. Getting Northfoots here. Overall, both players seem to sort of heading in the northern direction, which of course is going to give Gentlefox a bit of problems, since again he will struggle to deal with the Maxims if they all get pushed in his general direction. We got Unis advancing straight to the Kuhlwagen here in a bit more aggressive posture. And there go, shots fired. Shit, they have cars, Sergey. They have cars. This isn't fair. There you go. Kuhlwagen continues the pursuit here. We've got Volkswagen up to secure the munitions pier up north. Fuel point being secured. They're engineers following up there for Vincent and then go. With more Volkswagen there for Gentlefox, more infantry. Engineers slowly bleeding out to the Kuhlwagen as the MG34 tears into them. The light foliage here not providing too much cover long term. We got the Max moving up there. Maxim swinging seemingly northward as well for Vincent van Gogh. And with the start of the Maxim, we can see the Kuhlwagen rapidly falling back. Models want to get some repairs up. And how will Gentlefox react to the appearance of Maxim machine guns? How will he counter this, well, machine gun menace? Which it very much is for the Oberkommando West. There you go, Maxim caught here, but the Kuhlwagen quickly setting up there, of course. Quick attack move can allow Maxim to basically set up towards any threat, even in 180-degree direction, instantly. Which is rather one of the key components that makes finding Maxim so difficult, because they are very difficult to catch wrong-footed. Overall, one of the few ways the Oberkommando, in theory, in the early game has to deal with, of course, are Kuhlwagens. So in theory here, what Gentlefox could consider would be a second Kuhlwagen to deal with the Maxim, since the Kuhlwagen does have decent anti-infantry capabilities, but more importantly, it can't be suppressed by the Maxim, which overall means even the Maxim pivots to deal with it, it can't suppress it, meaning it's got to still take a lot of damage from the Kuhlwagen. But so far, though, Gentlefox does not seem to be considering more Kuhlwagens to respond to this machine gun menace. Perhaps he's thinking it's going to be a mix of Maxims and infantry, and not just, heavy Maxim player there. So far, Vincent van Gogh seems aiming for. He has probably here gone for mechanized support, opening up for Guardsmen and ISUs. Bombing runs and the likes. There we go. Folks are coming under fire for the Max. But there we go. Kuhlwagen again flanks. Kuhlwagen once more gives Vincent van Gogh's Maxim prompts. There you go. Folks following up here. In this case, we can see the Kuhlwagen being put to good use versus a Maxim heavy build here, and actually frustrating Vincent van Gogh's attempts at making effective use of the Maxim. So that's overall nice use there by Gentlefox. Ensures to the extent he actually does have some map control. It doesn't help again that Vincent van Gogh pushed heavily towards the north, only now getting the southern fuel point at the very least. But there you go, he's swinging northwards again, not to be deterred. And there you go, we do see Gentlefox in fact go here first, second Kuhlwagen. He has realised the extent to which Vincent van Gogh has gone in his Maxim dedication, and is thusly responding with going for more Kuhlwagens. Again, can be utilised to deal with the Maxims. Again, simply due to decent damage and the fact they can't be suppressed, which really makes them great versus Maxims. And they'll still take some damage, but seeing as they can do plenty of damage, pull back, repair, and then quickly be back in the fight here, it does rather give them some unique advantages. And you're then getting up with a couple of Kuhlwagens on a Maxim, you can quickly push it off and then move on to the next Maxim. Troops heading southwards, Kuhlwagen good to go again. Take over there for Gentlefox. Finding around here the victory point. Folks, they're being caught out in the open. Maxim then getting the Kuhlwagen again. And as you might notice, the Kuhlwagen does some more damage. This game damaging on the Maxims as well. But this is rather where she's been sending in the second Maxim in the first place, rather than just having it fight alone here. Had it been both Kuhlwagens getting the Maxim, that would probably been a lot better there for Gentlefox's Kuhlwagen. But up north here, further fighting, and Unis now being the next target. Fulton moving in, defending the fuel point, preventing it from falling into the hands of the Russians. So in this case, Kuhlwagen pushed back, could have been used a bit more efficiently, but oh well. Maxim here, next target for another Kuhlwagen. Though they have suffered more damage, in theory, you could sort of, try flanking a bit more. Maybe in this case, he's trying to find a good spot to rush in the Fultz Grenadiers, although they have suffered a few losses. We've now lost to the swamp. Second Maxim up there to flank and protect the flank of the first Maxim up north. Kuhwagen being repaired. We got a mechanized regiment up for Gentlefox. That could mean a Luchs here, which is also a pretty good choice versus heavy Maxim build, since, the Maxim can't suppress the Luchs either. In the south here, Fultz is running into the Maxim, taking heavy losses there from the machine gun. Men dropping like flies. Maxim never repulsed by Fultz because brought in heavy cover. Other one there also dug in. And there you go, taking advantage of that. We can see here that Gentlefox is quickly flanking the Maxim with this Kugelwagen. In this case, doesn't even need to. Just the sheer presence of the Kugelwagen causes Vincent and goes northern push to collapse. Like a poorly made cake. We got first conscript squad out here. So now he's actually mixing up the Maxims with the conscripts, perhaps realizing he can't just rely on the Maxims solely when there's so many deadly Kugelwagens about. I can't do this, Alexander. There's too many of those Kugelwagens about, those motorized menaces. It's not fair. We can't suppress them. Now his troops are reinforcing. Kugelwagen being fixed up. And the other one heading back towards the base. He's going to be a bit off there before we get it. We got a bit of pressure here, engineers, but we got the Sturm Pioneers Kugelwagen combo for extra lethality. Sturm Pioneers moving there, coming with the range of flamethrowers. Fultz is flanking from the north. Heavy damage being inflicted on the Sturm Pioneers as a rush in. A bit risky to charge into a flamethrower, to be honest. Kind of seems to be working out there for Gentlefox's men engineers. They're almost being wiped out. In the south there, Maxim grabbing the point here, and over here Fultz is reinforcing. Maxim heading northwards. Moments away there from being able to call in a Luchs, and there you go, Kuban pursued here by conscripts. We do have anti-tank grenades up from him, probably why got the conscripts just yet, something that could lob anti-tank grenades at the bloody Kugelwagens. Of course, the Maxims sure as hell can't. There you go, Fultz fighting against the conscripts. Brave assault here, but ultimately suffering too many casualties. He has to retreat right away, otherwise he's going to lose the entire unit. In fact, he might still do it. Might have been too late there for him, fighting around here. Both Kugelwagens on getting the conscripts, heavy machine gun fire, plus the Fultz moving in there, conscript taking a lot of damage. There you go, almost lost a Kugelwagen. He got Luchs on the way, but needs to repair one of those Kugelwagens. The Sturm Pioneers back here reinforcing. Gentlefox quickly losing the north here to Vincent Van Gogh and the 7th Tank Corps as it moves ahead against the 3rd Panther Grenadier Division. Luchs on the way slowly there. You could also consider sneaking in an MG-34 support troops here, or go for more infantry, maybe a second Sturm Pioneer squad here. Could be a valuable choice for Gentlefox. Meanwhile, though, Vincent Van Gogh calling in the Guardsmen. The best the motherland has to offer.
We are losing territory.
Heading southwards, instead of trying to engage into the north and prepare positions, he's basically figuring the south is going to be completely open. He's going to take that instead and force Vincent Van Gogh to attack into him. That's definitely a clever approach there by Gentlefox. I think that is tactically astute, and certainly means he can get a lot more territory without having to expend so many resources on attacking directly through it. Then again, he seems to be attacking northwards, so it looks like a two-pronged effort, with the Kugelwagen then spearheads into the north, basically dealing with the more entrenched efforts. So a bit more risky here by Gentlefox, a bit more risky, but if you can pull it off, the reward should be high, because there's nothing essentially in the north that can deal with the Luchs. So you can basically gain a lot of territory that way, and surprise Vincent Van Gogh again by a swift southern cut there with the Kugelwagen, follow up with infantry, while he then makes a sort of northern counterpunch with the Luchs with infantry support. So a bit of a bolder sort of setup here, but seems to be working out there for Gentlefox. It certainly seems to have left Vincent Van Gogh in a bit of disarray there, so all of a sudden he's getting hit from a lot of angles, he's losing a lot of territory. The southern push to cut into trouble here. We got Fultz getting conscripts with maximum support, Guardsmen seeing about as well here. Kugelwagen moving too far. In the north though it's going well, but almost lost a Kugelwagen there. In the south he's going to lose that Kugelwagen, there you go, kaput. Right here we can sort of see again the issue with this kind of move there. Again, it means he has to manage a lot more across a much wider frontage, and that can lead to sort of more mistakes as we saw here. I mean, he lost the Kugelwagen, close to losing the Fultz Grenadiers, so while he made some, well, economic gains there for at least a brief while, the losses might could prove to be not quite worth it. But so far seems to be working out that he needs to spend that manpower though. Again, get out some more infantry. Sturm Pioneers on MG-34 too. Maybe prepare for the Kettenkrad efforts, because at this point Vincent Van Gogh is going straight for the armor. We could see half-tracks, but most likely T-70s. Maybe an issue-26M to support. Gentlefox has got no anti-tank at the moment, no access to Panther strikes. You can't go for the Kettenkrad, and he's still some time off from a Puma if you want to deal with that. We've got Luchs there rushing southwards with his 2cm auto cannon. The primary weapon on German reconnaissance vehicles. There's a little fun fact there. Guardsmen taking damage, Luchs pulling back. Only a few hundred of them were made, and there were about as many version made of them that was also basically a version made on the Czechoslovakian Panther 38T. There's a little fun fact there, though, with a slightly different, well, over a much more different turret, which is sort of closer to the armoured cars we know of. Forces in the south here. Guardsman Maximus pushing northwards. Got the Kuvan moving in. They're actually very close to Veteran 2 there for Gentlefox. Very close there, and there we go. Veteran 2 gain. Foxes Luchs moving in. There we go. We got an incendiary grenade off here against the Maxim. Could have popped in his grenade assault, but doesn't. Instead, we got into tank grenade from the construct. Close to blocking the Maxim, and that could be definitely a gain there for Gentlefox in the 3rd Panther Grenadier Division. There we go. Maxim wipe constantly getting shredded in the middle of the marsh, and that could be a second wipe here against Vincent, but no, he does manage to get out of there. Kuban moving ahead again. Here might flank the Maxim there. Sturmpies pushing back the engineers. Luchs going to need some repairs. Engineers taking losses there from the Sturmpioniere, and we got a T-7 on the way there for Vincent Van Gogh and the 7th Tank Corps. Over here, Battle Group Headquarters going up for Gentlefox. That's going to be some healing for him. No attempt to say pushing fast for Schwer Panzer Quarters, maybe some Obersoldaten. Despite playing the pretty much only doctrine which sort of offers direct advantages for Obersoldaten, if you choose an in-hanging bulletins for it, he does not try to rush out Obersoldaten here versus Vincent Van Gogh, instead prioritizing the Battle Group Headquarters. Of course, the funny thing is, with the heavy Volksgrenadier force, at a certain point, the Battle Group Headquarters loses some of its value, since the Volksgrenadiers around Veteran 3 basically gain the ability to sell field. That's always one of those things that sort of end up a bit funny. Initially, it's a good investment, but as it sort of goes on, it does lose a bit of its value. Not a lot, of course, it doesn't become completely useless. It's not super grand either. At least not for the veterans. We got the T-7 here in the north, though, standing watch. Gentlefox over a bit on the back foot, hasn't got a lot of map control. Guards from Max making problems, and there you go. 2nd Kugelwagen down. A full going to push there into the south, aborted by Gentlefox, realizing perhaps it is not worth the risk of charging into a Max machine gun supported by Guardsmen, which is certainly, I think, a very astute deduction. Finally got a Kettenkrad on the way there for Gentlefox, following up there. To deal with the T-70. Vincent Van Gogh has suffered some losses. Obviously, he's handed a machine gun there to Gentlefox, which will certainly be of use to Gentlefox. We got the mechanized regiment on the far there. We're just going to have to go try and deal with them. Also note, we have repair parties up for the mechanized regiment already. And Guardsmen, they're repulsed with the minor losses. Petrov dead. Troops pushing southwards slowly. Quiet, looks being fixed up. Came over here, going points there. Shots being fired, Russians being pursued. Maxim standing back there, points being secured. We got a bigger push again from Gentlefox, having repulsed the Maxim in the south. He breaks through, but we can see here that Vincent Van Gogh is quick to react with the T-70 light tank. Looks here a bit in the north as well. SU-6 flying up there for Vincent Van Gogh to help deal with the armour. Panther fast on the T-70, stalling that one a bit. In this case, attempts Gentlefox to flank the T-70 with the Luchs here, getting past the frontal armour, increasing the chance of the Luchs getting penetrating hits and just doing a lot of damage. And there we go, a Kettenkrad forgets it, knocking out Vincent Van Gogh's T-70 light tank, gaining Gentlefox a definite edge over the Russians. In the south here, fuel point rendered neutral, but he's got the northern one, so it's obviously not quite working out there. So what's going on, folks, pushing northwards, got the Maxim supporting, and SU-6 almost done there for Vincent Van Gogh. Grenade assault going off there, almost wiping the Maxim there, but he does escape there. Rather closely though, otherwise that could have been a rather gruesome experience there for Vincent Van Gogh. to see his own men blown to bits. Assault through the centre, we got sandbags here supported by the Luchs. Guardsmen do not fare very well against that. The forces do get suppressed though, much to the luck of him, but the Guardsmen don't have much more success. H-6 transfers forwards, ready to engage in the Luchs and fires, gets a penetrating hit there with a 76.2mm gun. And the Northern Point Guards fire against the Fultz Grenadiers as they move ahead. And the South Point being secured. Maximum there is a Guardsman pushing them back over here, nothing further going on, Luchs being repaired. And to the north, fresh push here. We actually got a fuel cache here for Vincent and go ensuring resources because shall be advantageous for him in the longer term as well, despite having also had the fuel points there for quite some time, or at least some time there. So I mean that is definitely some good moves there by Vincent and go. That is some nice long-term thinking. In this case, it's going to get spotted here by a Fultz Grenadier assault force, supported by Maxim, flanking behind him, in fact, the front line in the north. Using the centre there. Good move by Gentlefox there. And I think he spotted the mechanised regiment with a few equipment up by Kettenkrad and begins shooting away that one. And it hasn't, I think, been around for too long, so he has been able to gain, I think, a lot of advantage out of it, which is meaning that's going to be great for Gentlefox when we get it now, before it does become a huge problem. Following up here with the T-70 light tank for Vincent Van Gogh. No intent to attack up or anything like that. He's just going straight for the T-70 light tanks. He could also try and set up for the eye shoot though. Obviously at this stage that would be pretty silly to just directly set up for it. But there you go, big engagement around here. H-6 supporting. Luchs survives at least the encounter. There we go. Gets the fuel cache. Definite loss in there for Vincent Van Gogh. It did not last long. And certainly an argument could have been maybe should have placed this slightly less conspicuously, like around here, or perhaps here. But generally the opponent won't be around so much. But that is too late now. The fuel cache is gone, along with the fuel it provided for Vincent Van Gogh and the 7th Tank Corps. North here we've got Fultz versus Guardsmen. In the south we've got Fultz moving ahead. Kira Kettenkrad setting out. Oh dear, that was really lucky there though for Gentlefox's Luchs there. Did take a hit there from the 6th one, gone through. Had the first one gone through, then hit and penetrated. Luchs probably wouldn't have survived that engagement instead. He loses another T-70 as well there pretty rapidly, so that did not work out at all for Vincent Van Gogh. He just lost a fuel cache and a T-70, specifically his second T-70s. Right now, Vincent Van Gogh is in a not very good position. That was a lot of resources that basically just sort of went out there. Well, again, not being able to gain any damage in there sort of to help make up for it against Gentlefox. So that's a bit of a problem there for him. That is a bit of a problem. Noting, by the way, Vincent Van Gogh's got a ton of munitions, which rather begs the question, why isn't he using it? Where are the mines, the demo charges, the tripwire flare mines? I mean, there's a lot of things here that Vincent Van Gogh could do to really, frustrate Gentlefox's advance, maybe have a chance of catching up the Luchs, but instead they are not materializing. Instead, he's just floating a lot of resources. I mean, we finally got something here. Demo charge on the sandbags. Took him long enough, I'd say. In this case, might be dealt with as soon as the mine was getting within range. So that could have been, quickly dealt with there by Gentlefox. Perhaps a bit too obviously positioned. Maximum towards the center Guardsman. Then we got the H-6M rolling ahead as well there. Kettenkrad, then we got Fultz with Kettenkrad for Maxim there. Looks like we're going to have a big engagement there. Well, big-ish, because, I mean, Vincent Van Gogh doesn't have a lot of forces. Rather, Gentlefox is pouring most of his troops into it. There you go, H-6 gains 22 as it lands a good hit there on the Luchs Aufklärungspanther. But Fultz there bypasses a lot of Vincent Van Gogh's screening forces for the H-6 and force retreat. We get a big grenade assault off there. Assault and bombarding. That's a single killing me. I got more fighting around the centre south where Vincent Van Gogh has been able to gain a fat chunk of territory against Gentlefox. Overall, he might want to just using a small force to keep him occupied there, then using some of his vehicle to attack for the south. Maybe knock out the mechanized regiment or force him to fall back to defend it. I mean, that could be a pretty good idea there for him. Pretty good idea, if you will. At least as an option. H-6 Guardsmen moving out, their troops sitting out here as well. We've got the mechanized armor company going up there for Vincent Van Gogh. And here folks being halted by the Maxim, brutally gaining virtually to the process, constantly running up here, but still no real mining here from Vincent McGo again, despite having the mission, seeing a bunch of tripwire flare mines. Can be surprisingly disruptive for an opponent trying to make any kind of advance, yet Vincent McGo is apparently not considering it. Up north, Guardsman versus Fultz, that's definitely going to be a winning engagement for the Guardsman. The Fultz instead stand a chance with no cover, and the Guardsman being veteran and heavily equipped with light machine guns. There you go, very close to suffering a full wipe there. Interesting we can there versus the Maxim, halfway to veteran fleet too. And the center assault is stalled in the face of a German Maxim crew. Completely and utterly stalled. And now we got Luchs there flanking behind to then further deal damage. We've got the 6 rolling down, perhaps expecting that to happen. Halfway to 53 on that one, that's pretty good there. In fact, for Vincent and go, as long as he doesn't end up losing it to something silly. He can go for the T-34-76 soon. He might want to consider taking fuel cache if he can sort of spare the manpower at some point. Meanwhile, though, Gentlefox has actually gone for 5 full Grenadier squads. That is a lot of full Grenadiers. He's really sort of just flushing in as much cheap infantry as he can here versus Vincent and go, and he does seem to slowly have an effect here. Though, he's also floating a lot of manpower, and of course the medical question is, might he not just benefit from taking up, getting out some orbital done? But there you go. A Kettenkrad for lands an excellent hit on the Nation 6, forcing Vincent and go to pull it back, lest it get blown up. North Guardsman securing territory there, and the South troops being about securing territory on top of everything. We got the T-34 there arriving for Vincent and Go, meaning he's going to have the first tank out on the field, the first proper medium tank. Gentlefox, though, is not going to be too far, though, from a command Panther. That's only going to give Vincent and Go a bit of a headache. North here, Containment versus Fultz Grenadiers, grabbing the Northern Victory Point again. Victory Points wise, well, we've got a lead there for Vincent and Go over Gentlefox. Luchs engaging, closing in Victory 3 there. Closing in swiftly. And there you go, trying to rush ahead there, but they only expose themselves to more fire, and more very, very lethal fire. In the south, there we've got Guardsman versus Fultz there, and in the south, just more territory secured. Gentlefox looking increasingly ascendant versus Vincent and Go here, who's actually got access to a bombing run. Whereas for targets, that's a lot less straightforward. Got the T-34-76 arriving now for Vincent and Go, giving him the armor he desperately needs. Gentlefox continues to float a lot of manpower here. And obviously for the Obercommander best, unless of course you just want to continue spam infantry, there's less options for your manpower. I mean, you can't build caches at the Obercommander best, so that rather does limit Gentlefox's options, and particularly if he's planning for some kind of big tank. He can't just, speed it up with caches. He has to, just save it up, otherwise he's going to have to go for a lot of infantry, which then means he can't get the tank when he then has the resources for it, because then there's just too much pop cap being taken up for all the infantry. So I can sort of understand again why he's flooding it, though I still prefer he didn't.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Maximum support about the T-34, there we go, moving ahead. And here we can see Vincent McGo is taking no chances with it. He even marks it with marked vehicle. He wants that light tank gone, and there we go, blown up. T-34 there gaining veterans who wanting just that one single engagement. Before pulling away there. Pretty bolts in the south there, issuing 6 damage engine, but has successfully pushed back the Fultz Grenadiers, very close to 53. But we get the command Panther out here for Gentlefox to the 3rd Panther. Sent in from a nearby Panther Division in support the 3rd Panzer Grenadier Division. Engaging here, the Conscript's got a pin pump machine on the way for it. Northern fuel pump being secured by Sturmpioniere. She's successfully pulling back. I think she just rushed up and needs to repair it.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Except, as it turns out, Vincent McGo's got no engineers. That's actually pretty bad when you're investing into armor and all that, and you then don't have the engineers to fix it up. That means Station 6 is going to be out for some time, basically meaning the Panther's going to have less to worry about, actually. And now we got MD-34 and a light infantry on the way for Gentlefox with the command Panther. He doesn't have to worry about, pop cap so much. He just begins getting what he wants to avoid flooding too many resources. So, I mean, that definitely works there for Gentlefox. That definitely works. In the south here, we've got a push going through there. Kedden, if Luchs goes into the max, we've got grenades off. We've got a bombing run now here on the troops. Where does it land? Where does it land? Oh, dear.
Marking and targeting of vehicles is now available.
Got a single kill, mostly destroyed trees rather than Germans. Mine hit there, I think. No, that's an H6 barrage, almost wiping the map. It's Betsy free too. I'm not sure that was worth 200 munitions, to be honest. That seemed a bit wasteful there, but I'm guessing it was a bit desperate, so just try and halt the Germans. We got a Kettenkrad on the H6, damaging it quite a bit there.
The sector has been cut off.
Plus, this T-34 is not in a combat-worthy condition either. We got folks pushing towards the center, meanwhile, Russian troops heading northwards. A lot of back and forth going on here between the two sides. The overall Gentlefox very much feels has been considerably more in control, and now in part thanks to the command Panther, which, I mean, definitely gives him some extra tools there. And meanwhile, more engineers on the way there for Vincent to go. That is definitely needed so he can more swiftly repair his equipment. Also consider some minesweepers or flamethrowers. Command Panther goes ahead here and attacking straight northwards into the Maxim. Quite on its own there versus the Panther. And machine guns ruthlessly tear into it. Quickly getting several kills to those machine guns. Forcing the Maximum crew to have to fall back. In the south, some movement here as well. H6 almost good to go. Need to fix up the T-34. We got a DP light machine and engineers. Looking very snazzy with that one. Posing there. Conscious a bit of trouble here with the Panther and to tank grenade off, but that's not really going to do anything against the Panther. It's not really going to do anything against it. That KT-34 is slowly being set up. He can soon go for another one, but he's also theoretically able to sort of now aim for the ISU 152 and try and use that against Gentlefox. What does speak against that as an idea, though, is the fact that the map does a lot of sort of shot blocks and more narrow elements. So, I mean, the ISU might not be as efficiently on this map, which of course begs the question, why didn't he go for it when he say, you know, could have gone for something else? But then again, this does give him guardsmen, and I imagine he wanted some guardsmen no matter what. But, I mean, long term, he might have benefited more from, you know, shock rifle and, you know, access to stuff like the IS-2. Got the command path again, the H6. T-34 goes in there. Mark vehicle off. There goes going to lose the T-34 there. It's either to Panthers or Kettenkrad. If it's not Kev, got the H6 moving ahead as well. No use, by the way, here of tracking, which will increase his line of fire. And there you go. Panther gets it, knocks it out entirely. Thanks to coordinated fire, which increases the damage done by the command Panther. Or anything really to it, not just the command Panther. So that rather did not work out well there for Vincent to go. He's short on his ace assault gun crew there. He's got the south somewhat, but he's quickly finding the noose being tightened around him as Gentlefox sort of, you know, attacks for the center towards the south. Got 10 grenades go off on the Maxim. So looking rough here for Vincent Van Gogh. Looking rough, though he's very close to the T2, T34. Just going to try and attack further southwards, trying to avoid Gentlefox's more stronger northern positions. With their command Panther and the likes. Though his south isn't exactly looking weak either. We got a Maxim there, we got a Kettenkrad, we got full Grenadiers, we got an MG34 as well now for him. So Gentlefox stands a lot more prepared to deal with Vincent Van Gogh, who is now going for another T-34 76.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Got the T-34 on the way there. We got troops down from the north. We got Conscious Maxim, Guardsman there, go folks being run off. Panther here, standing watch. But so far, not reacting to the pressures of the Russian infantry. Well, on the other hand, they're getting some pressure from the south by now. Virtually 3 Maxim there from Gentlefox. Overall, we can see now that Gentlefox has managed to completely contain Vincent Van Gogh within his own base. So this is looking rather rough there for Vincent Van Gogh, who needs to, you know, somehow shift the game about in his favour. Otherwise, I mean, He's just getting strangled by Gentlefox at this point, who's now just choking him on victory points. We got the second T-34 out there. First one hitting southwards, not fully repaired. Guessing he's getting kind of desperate about this. Getting the machine gun crew. Got the first one attempt from the front here. Veteran T4. Oh dear, he might lose that one. Got the machine gun though, got the machine gun. Almost got the Veteran T4, Kettenkrad. Actually, quite a loss there for Gentlefox, about to lose it. And looks like it. Oh, he wiped it, he wiped. We got the command pump, they're trying towards the end of Vincent goes base. Shots bouncing, need to pull that T-34, that is veteran, away. Ah, he got it. He got it. Quite a loss there for Vincent Go versus Gentlefox. Even if we're able to wipe some of the support weapons, that's not going to last long. If Gentlefox can just quickly recruit them. Meanwhile, Southern harassment continues to get a Guardsman squad moving further and further closer to harass Gentlefox's attack from the rear. Gentlefox at this point does seem to be aiming towards the King Tiger, but it's certainly going to be only another problem for Vincent McGo, who's now aiming for another T-34. At this point, though, there I think is a definite argument to be made. He should be aiming for HT5s to help deal with the Panther. As the HT5 does have a high rate of fire, plus of course good penetration range, that would help considerably versus the Command Panther. And of course the T-34s can do it, but it's only going to require more effort from Vincent Go and more T-34s to have a chance against the Command Panther, in particular if Gentlefox keeps it well supported and uses it actively. Big folks are pushing towards us into there, rushing forwards. Straight into the Guardsmen, quick to pop off a grenade against them. Troops heading northwards. We got engineers, Guardsmen. Got the T-34 they're rolling out for Vincent Go.
The enemy has taken our supply sector. This is our sector now.
And we got sandbags here. Gentlefox certainly making good use of sandbags here versus his opponent. Nice to see. Share Panzer quarters up, yet nothing from it so far. He could go for a Panther 4. He could save up for a regular Panther. He could go for Orbison, which is in fact what he's doing right now. He's also flooding a ton of munitions. I mean, lay down some mines, Gentlefox. Lay down some mines, for heaven's sake. You know, use some of that munitions. Don't just float all that much. It's definitely not efficient uses of your resources. We got another cannon for them for Gentlefox to replace the one he lost. T-34 engaging Volksgun is out in the open. Cover shattered in a matter of seconds. There you go. Lost inflicted. We got the Panther engaging here. T-34 need to fall back. And we got another coordinated fire there on the T-34 from the Panther and takes it down to less than half health. T-34 gets a good hit on the Command Panther, and it does force Gentlefox to pull back his Command Panther to avoid some unpleasantries. At least he's just getting worried. Up north, further fighting here, Maxim versus Maxim. Artillery firing down the Maxim there. Northern point's been close secured, a bit of a northern pressure as well, but he needs to get that T-34 swinging again. He needs to do some good damage versus Gentlefox, who now, by the way, does have the Obersoldat, and they are getting the infrared Sturmgewehrs here. So that's going to be a definite problem there for Vincent McGo. Particularly, I got one grenade off. Oh, didn't do too much, but still had an impact. T-34 riding there, getting good hit on the Obersoldat. Second T-34 gets another one, almost wiping the entire squad of Obersoldat. Pretty close there for Gentlefox. Pretty close. Got the Command Panther engaging here, supported by Kettenkrad, 74 Fultz Grenadiers. South wide open. With no real response from Gentlefox as Vincent McGo reaches across the south. There you go, got close to the demo charge, but not close enough, I think, to do any sort of real serious damage. He's moving hit with the T-34. Guardsman crushed beneath the Panther. Kettenkrad supporting closer to T2 than the Command Panther. T-34's falling back here, and there you go. Gentlefox pursues. See, he smells blood. He's got the scent. And there we go, we got T2 on the Command Panther, increasing armor and health. There you go, second T-34 was the Command Panther. We got Mark, we got Guardsman doing what they can here, pushing back Gentlefox's Command Panther through sweat and tears and blood. Southern half of the map, though, is being regained here, I think, quite nicely by Vincent and Go, taking advantage of Gentlefox's heavy northern focus, then sort of just sees the entire south. Although it looks like we got some counter harassment going on there, yes indeed. With a third T-54 also arriving here for Vincent and Go, while repairing the first ones. There's still no consideration here for an HD5. We got more Sturm Pioneers to replace the ones lost. Interesting to note, there's no real attempt here for him to now try and go for King Tiger. That should certainly be a bit of relief there then for Vincent and Go, who's T-54 is almost done. Bit of movement here, we got the central point secured. And there we go, third T-54 out there for Vincent and Go and the 7th Tank Corps. Counter-attack here, Guardsman, conscripts, and a Maxim here versus full Grenadiers. Their cover crumpling quickly under heavy ration fire, constantly leading the way. Guardsman supporting Maxim as well. We got the full moving to the north. We got Max Guardsman holding here by a Maxim up north, or further up north. Oh dear, he's pouring in the opposite here from an angle where there's already a machine gun covering. Pretty risky there by him. At least risk those chaps getting suppressed. But as of course, there's the T-54 there arriving to the rescue. In this case, it was lucky the Maxim was a bit slow. This was beginning to engage the orbital Dardan. Otherwise, that could have been slightly less effective there for Gentlefox, though. Not that he got very far either way, though, since the T-54 soon arrived. Gardner taking losses from light infantry gunfire. Orbital Dardan Sturm Pioneers. Kettenkrad creeping ahead. He's probably using it as a scout there to check out his opponent's position. Sneaky use there for Kettenkrad for his cloaking ability. Very sneaky. Up here we got T-54 with the Command Panther. They're quickly falling back. Trying to flank here, but in this case the Command Panther was simply too fast, so he couldn't pull it off in time. And we got Mark Meeker there, of course, of the Panther, but he can't really utilize it. I mean, it's basically just munitions not doing too much, except it's causing Gentlefox not to rush his Command Panther into an engagement, unless he suffers some pretty heavy losses. But we can see though that Vincent McGo's getting most of the map back. He's getting victory points there again. And bleeding Gentlefox of his. That's about it. Grenades going off there. Maxim almost wiped. Still no sign of HD5 step from Vincent McGo, and certainly no signs of him actually planning on going for the ISU. Although, I mean, he has used Guardsman, Mark Vehicle, and the precision bombing strike. It's not like he's being completely passive with his doctrinal usage. We got another T-34 here for Vincent McGo. No HD5s for him whatsoever, or H-26s. It is all T-34 76s as soon as he can. Every day, every night, every day of the week, T-34 76s for Vincent McGo. Maxim versus Raketen over here. T-54 is engaging. Oh, not quite the most well-executed assault, though. He's basically handing over the T-54's piecemeal here to his opponent's tank, and there we go. One knocked out already. Not good there for Vincent McGo. Not good at all. Northern T-54 going to go down as well here. This assault is completely falling apart for him. No, it gets away, it gets away. Other T-54 ring in there. We got Guardsman playing from the south here. Panther, though, Bliss is away close to 83. Again, there could be a trouble. There we go, wiped. So we can see the Gentlefox is being from problems. Vincent McGo does seem to be getting slightly back to this. Maxim there, also fighting close to the flanking. But not before suppressing the opposite and preventing those from supporting Gentlefox's further advances. Gentlefox, on the other hand, is also very close to the King Tiger here, and that's definitely going to be a headache here for Vincent McGo again, who's got no anti-tank in any sort of noteworthy mention. He's got a lot of tanks, but they have the tower tank that's going to struggle quite a bit there with the King Tiger. T-54 rolling ahead, engaging troops up close. Again, we have a bypass for now, but there you go, Panther fast off. Command Panther being fixed up. But that is not enough here to hold Gentlefox. Command Panther in pops coordinate fire on the T-34. He wants that thing dead. Whoa! I didn't quite get it. Next shot though should, hopefully, and there you go. T-34 left a smouldering and burning wreck, and there you go. As the T-34 gets blown up, we got the King Tiger out here for Gentlefox, and he certainly looks a lot stronger now. Vincent goes down to 60 victory points versus Gentlefox's 200. He's got 2 T-34s versus a Command Panther and the King Tiger. I mean, Vincent van Gogh is going to have to pull off some pretty serious gameplay here to have a chance, I think, versus Gentlefox at this point. I mean, a Command Panther and a King Tiger going together is pretty damn expensive, but it's also an investment and then sort of works pretty well as long as you use it correctly. Which in this case meaning use of the King Tiger aggressively while supporting it with a Command Panther, that way you get its aura bonuses. Which includes accuracy bonus amongst other things. In this case for T2 we are talking weapon accuracy. That is kind of bad there for Vincent van Gogh. Push towards the south. More T-34s for Vincent van Gogh. He seems completely completely dead set against the idea of going for any H-35s to deal with this. Which I'm not entirely sure is recommendable considering how much he's so far getting out of the T-34-76s. I mean, he were to sort of, pull off some really good flanks with good support and knock out the Panther. I mean, it could work. The problem is so far it's been mostly head-on attacks that didn't quite work out. Just resulting in heavy losses of T-34. So I mean, really here for Vincent van Gogh, he probably should consider the H-35 tank destroyer rather than just more T-34s here versus Gentlefox and the 3rd Panther Division. Still, Vincent van Gogh is not deterred. He is unstoppable for now. T-34 still supporting a northern push here, rolling in aggressively. Bench 2 game for T-34, good work, good work. Gentlefox's tanks are slowly reacting to what's going on in the north here, but they're certainly going to take some time to get up there, which would give Vincent van Gogh more time to secure the northern half of the map at the very least. Going for the centre as well there. T-34 milling about in the north, he should converge them, sort of work together. We got the Command Panther King Tiger ready to attack the centre here, where Vincent van Gogh is not ready. He's not rendered the point neutral even, and he's certainly not dug in. And there we go, we got forces flanking in as well, further causing chaos and consternation there for Vincent van Gogh in the centre of the map. Nice selection there by Gentlefox. Got the King Tiger rolling ahead. We got the T-34 looks like to be flanking behind. Gentlefox here, bold move, bold move. With the T-34s from 6, probably a bit more risky. We got, oh dear, T-34s attacking the King Tiger head on. That's definitely not a good idea, and it does almost result in the total loss of the T-34s. The Kettenkrad does not survive that, much is assured. Completely wrecked here. The Gentlefox without really breaking much of a sweat. Command Panther doing with the countries there. We got the King Tiger here, 8 kills for the fatherland. Good recruit like Kettenkrad trying against Vincent van Gogh once more. Really should consider an H-35 tank destroyer versus Gentlefox. Oberstladen Veteran 2 there with the infant Sturmgewehrs. Got the Maxman attack in here, straight from the northern victory point. Panther with the full-scale support attacking from the south. Trying to think in this case to cut off Vincent van Gogh for his resources before taking them for himself. So far he's encountering heavy resistance and is forced back. Also suffered a loss there. Down to just one counter squad, not looking good there for Vincent van Gogh at all. He's still got a lot of tanks, he's just not really getting anywhere with them. He's doing some damage here and there, but nothing really impactful. Nothing really impactful. And the T-34 gets knocked out here by the King Tiger Command Panther combo. Definitely not looking good. Then we got Conscious Max pushing towards the north there. We got T-34 there in dire need of repairs. He really needs to get on back before it gets spotted by Gentlefox and knocked out with a single sneeze. And that literally could happen.
We are losing territory. One of our AT guns has been neutralized.
And we got the Kettenkrad recruit again. After it had been recruited again by Vincent and Go. Command Panther dealing with it. King Tiger advances as well here. Max. Oh dear, that's an MD-34 actually. And that is quickly pushed away. Another T-34. He just keeps going for T-34s. No SU-5s there for Vincent and Go. No T-34s. Oh, not T-34, SU-5s whatsoever. He is getting plenty of T-34s. That's kind of his problem. He's got so many, he's just not really utilising the manner that he's effective with them. At which point he might as well go for the tank destroyer. I mean, it's actually managed to bleed Gentlefox out here, but the problem is he can't really maintain any map control for any longer period of time. And he also just suffers a lot of losses. Specifically losses that are quite hard to replace. And we got the T-34, and we got the other T-34 going hit. Then we got Veteran in the Command Panther King Tiger supporting Veteran one out as well. This is pretty much a suicide mission. And there you go, one T-34 down again. That's just down one to go. Flanking here the King Tiger, not bad, not bad. And there you go, rams the Command Panther for no real point. And there you go, knocked out as well. And for that, I think it's safe to say here that Vincent McGill has got very few options left. There we go. GG, game over. Victory for Gentlefox and the Fatherland. Victory for Deutschland.
Supply sector under attack.
Unit wiped. And with this, Gentlefox scores a victory. What could Vincent McGill have done better? For starters, you could have mined in the early game that would have done a lot to slow down and bleed out Gentlefox. He could also, think, been a bit more efficient in some of his tech choices. I'm not entirely sure that second T-70 was overall the right choice at all. He could either have teched up or gone for half tracks or another H-6, in which case we would now, I think, overall prepared for better situations, rather than going for the T-70 as he did, which rather, I think, left him vulnerable to some elements, and just, in this case, got wasted. In that regard, he also needs to work in some of his tactics. He attempted just rushing straight against Gentlefox, which makes it easy, in particular in the northern territories, with Gentlefox to just shoot him to bits. So, there's, I think, definitely some need there for Vincent to go to update his battle tactics. As for Gentlefox, oh, I mean, overall did pretty alright. He could have had a spare Panther called up sooner. Could have maybe, not gone for that one. But overall did well. Just floated a lot of munitions. Could have mined, though. He should have mined. But beyond that, not much else to say. Also, a big thanks to Heirs of Thrace for donating and supporting the Propagandacast. Big thank you from here. And of course, if you feel like supporting the Propagandacast or just wish to do so, do consider it. There are links in the video description. You can do so via Patreon or PayPal. Every little dollar you can offer is most appreciated. This is Imperial Dane signing off, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers.